Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I will be reading a Todoroki Exterior by Bless Kurashima on Tumblr. So let's get into it. Congrats, Alan. Todoroki will be so happy. You guys have been planning on settling down soon, haven't you? Uraraka giggled, clapping her hands excitedly as the girl rubbed at her growing belly. The bump was not as noticeable, considering it had only been a few months. But Ryan knew. The girls knew. The only one who had not was Todoroki himself. Ryan smiled to herself, a blush on her face, as she imagined the late-night conversations that she had with her beloved. I plan on telling him, maybe by the end of the week, so I can plan something big for him. Ryan laughed, not realizing the growing tension bubbling on the other side of the table. Are you sure that Rick even wants kids? She heard the Iris say, softly, at her end of the table, tracing them of her cup as she avoided eye contact with the girl. Ryan tilted her head in confusion, shrugging her shoulders. Shoto and I talked about wanting a family. It is just sooner than expected. I know how it will be, considering these your priorities come first. But I know we can handle it, she states confidently, pouring her eyebrows nervously at Tanaruza's forced and sympathetic smile. I'm so happy for you, Alan. Yes, Uraraka, I'm almost home. No, I didn't overwork myself this time. I promise. Wine said happily into the phone, perching it between her ear and shoulder, as both her arms hugged the groceries and decorations for the small May Todoroki reveal. I'll call you back. I'm almost home, and Shoto should be back in a few hours. I have tons to do, she said with a small smile, saying her goodbyes before heading inside her shared apartment with the bi-colored male. Maya entirely set the bags onto the counter, stretching out her sore muscles before freezing lightly. His suitcase? And his shoes? She mumbled to herself when she went to the shoe racks to change into her house slippers. Her eyes trailed over the scattered shoes, squinting at an unfamiliar pair, missingly thrown next to her boyfriend's. Shoto? She called out, a protective hand on her belly, as she hesitantly checked each room in their small house. Bathroom? Empty. Guest room? Also empty. Her heart raced as her hand hovered over the knob to their bedroom door, eyes glazing over as her stomach erupted in nervous butterflies. Todoroki wouldn't do that. He's not that kind of man, she thought to herself, taking a deep breath before swinging the door open. Her arms, her whole body fell numb as the two bodies pulled away from each other, each scattering to put their clothes on. And Wine's eyes blinked as she stood, frozen in her spot. You were happy for me? Right, Daruzu? She said emptily, a harsh sting breaking the edges of her eyes, as Todoroki reached out a hand to her. She instantly stabbed it away, not even daring to meet his eyes, as she looked at someone she thought to be her dear friend. You knew? And you do this behind my back? You both do this behind my back? She hissed, clenching her fists tightly, her nails craving crescent moons into her palms. Wine's eyes flickered between the two, before wordlessly turning towards the kitchen. Todoroki followed immediately behind. his eyes frantic, as he tried to muster up anything at all to say to her. What? He didn't mean for it to happen? He didn't know it would end up that way? You're sorry? Lion mumbled, without even bothering to glance back at him. That scum of a man that he was. His whole body froze when her cold eyes looked at him from over her shoulders, knocking over the bag of groceries onto the counter as she gestured her hand to them. Surprise, she spat, as he nervously glanced at all the spilled contents. You're a dad. It's a baby. Heard over and over, his hands shaking as he looked back at Ryan, who moved to collect her keys in her purse. Her fingers quickly dialed Oraka's number, not daring to let any tears slip past her eyes as she swung the door open. Ryan, please let me fix this. For us. For our child. And then a loud smack echoed throughout the house. Todoroki's hand, snapping sharply to the side, his entire cheek stinging, as Ryan's hand mercilessly stayed in the air, her eyes staring daggers into his head, as she let out choked and lowered breaths. Our child? Our child? How dare you think I'll even let you come near my baby? After what you did. The baby's still mine. Just as much as it's yours, Ryan. He pleaded, practically going on his knees for her. Just let me be in our child's life. Let me try to fix it. We can do this. Just like we always have. He blubbered, the first for both of them to see him like this. But he was desperate to get her to stay. I always thought of you as someone who'd never break my heart. Ryan bit back, as Todoroki hugged her legs in desperation, burying his face into her stomach, as small tears left his eyes. I can't even look at you right now, let alone be in the same room as you. I can't forgive you for this. And she gently pushed him away, hitting the dial on Araka's contact, before slamming the door shut behind her, leaving a kneeling Todoroki on the floor, as small sobs racked into his body.
Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I did making it. Anyway, goodbye.